Hi, I'm Mayor Ron Murkowski, and today I'm being visited by Councilmember George Lantz from District 3, and George also was elected by his fellow council members as Mayor Pro Tem, a significant job in the city administration. George, I think it's important for the citizens of District 3 to know a lot about their council members, you in particular in this case, and for all the citizens of Greenwood Village because of your significant position as Mayor Pro Tem. And I expect that as the Mayor Pro Tem term goes on, which will go till November of 2019, that you'll be even more involved in taking over duties from the mayor as I finish up my term. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I moved here to Colorado almost 40 years ago now. Moved here after graduate school. I'm an engineer by training with a master's degree in business. I came here to work for IBM, and prior to that I'd been in the oil business working for Texaco before I got my MBA. I have developed and worked with my partners to create a telecommunications company, which we were fortunate enough to grow to be the market share leader in the world. We sold that business, which has added some flexibility to give me more time to work on city business and city projects. I was asked to fill in as CEO of a company that traded on the London Exchange and did that for a few years during that interim time frame. And now I'm fortunate enough that my wife and I can do several things that we love and enjoy. We've got two sons that we're very proud of and are doing very well.
George, tell us how long you've been in Greenwood Village, you and your family.
Debbie and I moved into Greenwood Village in 1989, so we've been here a little over 28 years. We moved in before we had children, so we moved in for the opportunities here that are afforded us in Greenwood Village, and loved every minute.
Not everybody may realize that you're giving back not only to Greenwood Village, but our surrounding community in your capacity and work at Glenmore Country Club. Would you care to say a little bit about that?
I'd be happy to. Debbie and I greatly enjoy the country club there. I was elected to the board there 3 years ago. I currently serve as president of Glenmore Country Club, which gives me a vision into several of the activities that take place on the border of Greenwood Village, and also give me an opportunity to understand more about Cherry Hills Village, which is exciting.
And if my memory serves me right, you also had served in a capacity for which the good Lord will give you extra credit for going to heaven, and that's in the HOA of your homeowners association?
I'm very fortunate to serve with a great group of people. I've served on that board for over 20 years. I've been president of the HOA there for 18 years now. We've got a good, wonderful neighborhood. We've got a great group of board members, so they help keep the neighborhood moving in the right direction and make all of our property more valuable, and my life as the president much easier.
Well, again, I'm just using that common comment that is made about HOAs. So we all love Greenwood Village, but each of us have our own particular loves. What do you find especially great about living in Greenwood Village?
Obviously, there's a lot of things that we all love about Greenwood Village. I think I love most our neighbors and our neighborhood that we live in. I greatly enjoy the people that I live around. I enjoy the parks. I enjoy the environment. Years ago, before we moved here, I used to run through the tech center all the time and would take my wife. She would go on bike rides. I'd run. She'd ride the bike. She would tell me to go faster downhill, and I would push her up the hills. So I don't know that it was quite equitable, but we found paths that I could stand, and we come through Greenwood Village, and we always loved it. So we had an opportunity to move here, and we enjoyed being around the people, the services that are provided here, and just the general location.
Tell us why you ran for the first time and then again the second time for council.
Councilmember Mayor Pro Tem Charlie Hazelhurst approached me. Charlie happens to be one of my neighbors, and he suggested that I could add some value to the city. And so he asked me to serve on the Board of Adjustment and Appeals, which I did for 2 years, and then, as you may recall, we redistricted at that time, so I was off for a year, and then I was reappointed a year later for another 10-year stint. During that time, I served as the vice chair and chair of that board. Subsequent to that, I was appointed to the Planning and Zoning Commission, where I served for 8 years, serving as chairman on that particular commission. After that, I've served on the 2 years on City Council, and the reason for me initially joining the City Council is I felt like I could add value. I had some history as to what was taking place, where the city was going, and was encouraged by former City Council members to pursue that. This past 2 years have been an interesting 2 years, and I feel there's some work that we need to complete. So I wanted to do what I could to help complete that work with my fellow city councilmen.
What do you see as the challenges that the City Council and the city will be facing for the remainder of this second term of yours?
Well, the city is facing a lot of growth. Fortunately, we have a very good economy in the nation and in Colorado, and that means there's a lot of people moving to the city and a lot of different opportunities. So Greenwood Village is a very exciting and vibrant place and a great location. So people want to come to the city. That means there's a lot of demands placed on the city for changes. Some changes that are very positive. We all enjoy the economic vibrancy and the services that we get, and that is being balanced by some of the unwanted elements that we have, like traffic. And so how do we move forward, protect what we have, but continue to have a viable economy? So those are the challenges that I see moving forward.
Well, I want to thank you for dropping by and visiting with me, and more importantly, with the citizens of District 3 and the citizens of all of Greenwood Village.
Thank you very much.